Where's my phone? Oh, we gotta have that set. You know, bikini patrols and all that, and rehabilitation. I was wondering what part of the surgery, you know, where my mind goes. When you work with urologists, I've only got one part of the body we look at. Oh, shoot. Isn't it horrible to be up early and just one cup of coffee and your mind goes south in a quick way, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah, that sounds like quite a retreat. We have Helgas, but we call them Helga and Ova. There's sturdy girls in every place I go, so it's, you know, the sturdy girls, so you get the idea of that one. they come out with a different purpose, you know. Anyway, good stuff all the way around, but good morning to you, Craig. Yeah, that's work morning. I'm hoping I get to hear from my underwriters this morning. If not, I'm going to go crazy. Anyway, yeah, Kevin, you're near 40 over here as well, so nice signals all the way around. K9GAS, good morning to you. Here is Jerry. I'm located by Greenwood in Indianapolis. And send it down to N4JK when you're done. Over to you. That's K9GAS in the group.
Morning.
Good morning, Terry. W4GUZ. I just got up a little early. I guess that's been the story about everyone this morning. This time change really screws with me. The 4 dogs we have in the house, they were up around 3:30, so decided to come down here and turn the rig on this morning. I'm just working on a cup of coffee, so I'll be talking well. And Craig, if you're still listening, hey, I missed you this morning. We'll catch up again. I got the chance to talk with you since you got back from Tennessee. K3MMR, if you want to pick it up, and then I guess Jerry's next. No, that's not right. N4JK is next. W4GUZ.
Yeah, W4GUZ in the group here, W3MMR. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jerry, Art, Kevin. I don't know if Craig is still in there or if he signed. Just getting in the shack here, but good morning to Craig as well if you're listening. Just getting things fired up here. A little chilly here this morning. 30 degrees flat here on the thermometer. And going to be a beautiful day though. Nice and sunny, lows or highs in the 50s. Beautiful fall day, a little breezy. And just getting settled in here. So down to you, Art. I'm going to run and go refill the coffee, but I'll be back for the next go around here, and I'll jump in. N4JK in the group, W3MMR.
WZ8J.
W3MMR in the group from N4JK. Okay, Perry, well, good to hear you this morning, and want to say hello to W4GUZ. I don't think I've got you in my log, so I would like to get your particulars. My name is Art, Alpha Romeo Tango, and the QTH here is Destin, Florida. Oh boy, Kevin, I'm sorry you have to go back to work today, but yeah, all that work makes this other stuff possible. And want to say hello to Gary, KA3FZO. Where have you been? Man, I hadn't talked to you in several years. Kevin, you might, if you would, relay my greetings to Gary and tell him I'm glad to hear him back on, because we're not making it direct, but I can hear him on an SDR. And let's see, as others, I'm up a little bit early too, but we'll get used to this daylight, to the standard time soon. Gary, on the working with your urologist and stuff like that, well, this medical vacation, we refer to it as a total body experience. And we just deal with what comes. If after the procedure, if you're paralyzed, and that often is, Joe has a lift. And as we're working on it, we put you in the bikini mobile and drive you around, stuff like that. So that's all I have to add to that. It doesn't get any better, it only gets worse. So I guess I better stop. But I do need to fill Joe in if he makes the first appearance, because we've covered a lot of ground. Let's see. Well, I think I'm turning it up to Kevin. There might have been another station in there, Kevin. See if you can pick them up. KK4GZQ and group from N4JK.
Okay, Art, real good. N4JK with the group with WZ8J recognized. Good morning. And 8J, would you send it over to K9GAS? I'm not sure of the rotation now. That seems like Gary's got a burn panel on it, so I'll send it to you. This is Kevin, located near Lexington, Kentucky, KK4GZQ on a BC610 this morning. You guys on an HQ1A. Right there, great. Boys, very well. Good signal. Good morning, Gary. I thought I recognized the call, Art. And Gary, KA3FZO, Art sends you greetings. And I want to make sure that I relayed that to you. And I just came from your area, down at St. George Island, down below Tallahassee. Sorry I missed you while I was there. Set up kind of 4 out on the island. And good morning to W4GUZ down in North Carolina. Real good pickle up in audio as well. Didn't catch your name, but very good morning down your way. Real signal up in the Lexington, Kentucky area. Hello to Perry, W3MMR. Perry, appreciate all you do. And then over to WZ8J to take it. This is KK4GZQ near Lexington. Up to you, over.
Okay, Kevin, KK4GZQ in the group from WZ8J. Great signals this morning, and I didn't realize this group was on here bright and early. It's not very bright here, and I don't usually get up this early, but the dog woke me up around 4 o'clock and decided just to get out of bed. Not worth sleeping another hour. Running a Globe King 500A here, and listening to everybody on a Hammerland HQ170A, and my antenna is a horizontal full wave loop, only up about 25 feet, but again, signals are very nice sounding band conditions this morning, and I don't know what you call this group, but just thought I would chime in here and say hello. I hear some familiar voices out there, MMR and K9GAS and GZQ, and I think Craig's in there too, RHR. So good morning to everybody. I'll pass it on to Jerry, K9GAS, to take it from WZ8J. How you doing, Jerry?
Okay, Kevin. Write this down. You'll send it to Gary down in Florida, KA3FZO, and Gary will send it back my way. So, Gary, go ahead. I think you heard the relay from Kevin about Art, so he sends his hello just in case, but I'm sure you're hearing it. Go ahead, Gary, and send it back my way, K9GAS.
Yeah, okay, Gary. Good morning. Again, maybe the voice you can use, I'm not thinking of you, but it is an I'll be quick to long gone.
that'll teach me to spend some more time on AM. K9GAS, you're in Greenwood, Indiana. Good morning, and it's all yours, KA3FZO.
Okay, Gary. Yeah, very good. Nice transmission. KA3FZO in the group. K9GAS still holding in here pretty nicely. And good morning, Terry. Good morning, Kevin, up north of me there. Yeah, great signals here as well. And Kevin, there's so many every morning here. This group, boy, man, long time it seems like now. This is 4 or 5 years that I can remember, but here lately it can go as early as 4 to 4:30 Eastern, depending on who can't sleep. So usually it's KA2CNI Kevin up in Wisconsin, or KB3RHR Craig. He had to sign. He went to work. And Frank, KA2SDR, somebody like that. And usually around 5-ish, I think the rest of the crew starts coming in. So it'd be Kevin and WZ8J and Art and Joe and Bob and Jay, and that kind of straggle along as they get closer to 6. So group will grow quite nicely here. So yeah, if you're ever up, you can always listen in here. There's usually always somebody during the week, not the weekend, but the weekdays. And W4GUZ, yeah, great signal here from the Carolinas as well. Yeah, I'll get your name this go around. Great signal from what you're using. Not sure what that is. If you said, I forgot it right, and I apologize. I'm on a homebrew type of transmitter here, designed by Robert W4GUZ that I put together. It's a 41000 modulated by-pair 400s. So that's what we're doing here. And the receiver of my choice this morning is Flex 3000 SDR. I like those. They've good control, but I do like the boat anchors, but these are much lighter. Anyway, keep her short since everyone's growing here. So I think I'm sending it to W4GUZ, then back to Perry, then back around to Art. I think that's the way I got the rotation. W4GUZ, K9GAS in the group.
K9GAS in the group, W4GUZ. Name here is Brandon, and we're here in western North Carolina. Up around Asheville, right slap dab in the middle of the Blue Ridge. About 3,200 feet here. That homebrew sounding good down this way, Jerry. I'm being lazy this morning. I'm exercising the 7300 and the old AL80B, about 125 watt carrier right now. I've heard several of these 7300s, and they sound pretty decent. Wish they went a little bit wider than the 623s. I haven't been active on AM that long, but I do have a few bodages here. Not from Valiant, a little HP 140 XA. That's about it. Frosty morning. I said earlier that the dog's atomic clock is screwed up as well as mine. I was up around 3:30 and let them out, and they decided to take their sweet time, and after about 15 minutes I had to bundle up and go outside and try to locate them in the dark. And balmy 33 degrees here, so it should turn into a pretty nice day. I think they're calling for low 60s or high 50s. So last day off from work for the next 7 days. So when it warms up a bit, I'm going to try to get most of the stuff outside winterized and get the vehicles, the summer vehicles, all the air-cooled Volkswagens, get those back inside and batteries out of them and get them ready for hibernation. So I think it's up to Perry there now, so K3MMR in the group, W4GUZ.
W4GUZ in the group. W3MMR. Yeah, that's Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo there, Brandon. But no problem. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. People call me a lot worse. Trust me. So one letter on my call isn't gonna upset me none. That's for damn sure. But nevertheless, good morning to you. Great signal out of the 7300 and the AL80B here this morning. About 15 over S9 with a little selective fading, but I got you 100% copy up this way, no doubt. And Jerry, you're about 20 over here this morning. Kevin is about 10 over. KK4GZQ. I don't know if it's just me, Kevin. I don't think you're on the flex this morning. Maybe you are. I mean, your audio seems a little bit on the low side. You got a hell of a signal. Peaking upwards of 15 over at times, but your audio seems a little on the low side. But that could be me. So maybe someone else could speak on that, but it's probably just me. But nevertheless, good morning to you. But Kevin, WZ8J, you're the channel master here this morning. Great to hear you on here this morning. You're 30 over S9 coming into the Anon here in the southeastern Pennsylvania. It's good to hear you on here in the mornings. I've been getting on here in the mornings for pretty regularly here for the last month, I guess. I used to jump in every now and then I really started to enjoy the QSOs here with this group here in the morning, so I get my butt up out of bed and hop on here in the mornings. I have to run down. I get up at 4:30 every day, but I run down to another mining. I work for Meineke, and I'm a service manager. I have to run down to another shop in Delaware every morning at 5 o'clock, and I gather their paperwork up and then bring it back to my shop. Prepare for my shop when I go there at 8 o'clock in the morning. So and that's why I don't get on here until about 6 every day. And then the days that I don't go down to Delaware in the mornings, I try to get on here around 5 or as soon as I can get my butt out of bed. But nevertheless, just on the Anon, like I said, here in the AL80B amplifier, running about 175 watts of carrier. My LP500 seems to be doing some funky things here this morning. I don't know why, but it is. Gotta love new technology. Nevertheless, did some antenna work this weekend. Got the one leg of my antenna was knocked down a few weeks ago in the high winds we had, and I was able to get the apex back up to 60 feet, but the one leg I before it got knocked down was up about 30 feet, and I had it at about 5 feet temporarily, and then yesterday I put it back up to 30 feet. And also laid out 4 ground radials I'm trying to hook this antenna up as a long wire. It's a 125-foot, 600-ohm ladder line fed doublet with about 100 feet of feed line, and I'm trying to make it 160-meter capable. And I hook it up as a long wire, so basically it's a vertical with a capacitance hat. And laid out some ground radials yesterday. 2 of them are about, I don't know, maybe only 30 feet long out in my front yard because I don't have any more room, but the other 2 are a couple hundred feet long, stretched across into the backyard, along the side of the house into the woods and on the back. But just only have 4 of them out there temporarily just to see how it will work, see how it would tune up on 160. And yesterday with 10 watts of carrier out of the Anon, I was giving a 10 over 9 signal into northern New Jersey yesterday in the early evening hours on 160 meters. So the antenna seems to be working. That's about all the testing that I did with it so far, but we have a new tube and tube socket for this amplifier coming today, because it gives me some issues on 160 with the tube socket arcing. One of the pins arc on 160, and that happened from me leaving the amplifier queued up for 25 minutes on tune and about 1,000 watts of carrier, forgetting about it and walking away, and about a year ago. So I'm going to repair that this evening, but nothing else. That's about all we have on the agenda as far as radio goes and what we did here this weekend. So keep it moving along here. Back down to you, Art. And Art, oh yeah, by the way, Art, you're about 15 over S9 here. So beautiful signals in the southeast Pennsylvania this morning. N4JK in the fine group, W3MMR.
W3MMR and N4JK. No, I say thank you. Sure enjoyed the call. low power in the district. Oh, well, thank goodness it's too hot. We got that new antenna. It was slipped down in the trees a little bit. I need to get it up with the power. Let's see. W4GUZ, Brandon, nice to meet you and have a nice signal coming in. Icon 7300 so it's really nice. And is it Brian or Kevin? I'm not sure. K4JCP in the group and N4JK.
Hey, morning, Joe. I'll pick you up and if you end up Kevin, WZ8J, N4JK in the group, KK4GZQ. My brain is just not working at all. Who's the fellow over here in East Tennessee that we talked with that runs the radio museum there in Asheville, North Carolina? Over.
Oh, my goodness. You didn't give me enough time to research the green stuff. I think you joined take a crack at it, Bill. Go ahead.
Okay, we all good morning, Joe. Thanks a lot. I was going to tell Brandon, I was going to ask Brandon with W4GUZ if he knew K4YA Myron, if he's been over to the museum they have there. That always comes to mind when I hear anything about Asheville and the house and so on. And Brandon, you've got a nice signal here on the 7300 with the AL80 if I'm I don't know if Gary's still in there or not. I kind of lost track of the FZO. And okay on the gas man using the 3000 receiver. And boy, that make a good one. And on the TR relay, how you set that up. Joe, I'm not going to keep it long. Good morning to everybody on this morning. We're on the BC 610 here. Or to tell you what, while I'm transmitting here, I'll go ahead and ease just a little bit. There it is. Now it's kind of flickering on my metering just a little better there. And that may not hurt anything at all. I'm not sure. K4JCP to take it. You're going to WZ8J, Joe, from KK4GZQ.
8 Juliet, Whiskey Zulu 8 Juliet, QSL.
KN4HH. Okay, Joe. This is WZ8J, Kevin in Northern Ohio. Hear you fine. I'm hearing everybody fine this morning. And Perry, yeah, you're really loud here. You're 20 plus over S9 and Kevin KK4GZQ, the DC610 is doing a great job here. Closing in on 20 over there on that last transmission. And yeah, Perry, good luck on the antenna. Sounds like it's going to work for you. I've been procrastinating getting antenna for 160. I have this loop that's up right now. It's only about 320 feet of wire, so that's not an option for 160. But I'm thinking of either making it bigger if I can find places to hang it. Maybe zigzag it up and down in the trees to take up more wire, but it's either that or put up an inverted L. So I've got that to do yet. About 45 degrees here this morning and on our way to a high of 54 here in Cleveland. And I had some issues here with the Globe King the other day. I couldn't figure out what was going on. My screen current was jumping up, and I was getting some arcing sounds, and that's when I figured out that the cheap little antenna switch I was using to switch my rigs around started to arc. So I've dispensed with that and have gone to a regular 2-position switch here, which isn't quite convenient, but these little cheap stuff don't like AM. I'm surprised it held up as long as it did. So with that, let me send it off to, I think I've been sending it to Gary, KA3FZO, to take it from WZ8J.
All right.
K0 Sugar Fox.
Very good. And you're just booming into
Gotcha, Bob.
Tallahassee area this morning.
Yeah, I heard you, Bob.
Really, really nice signal. Kevin, I'm still here. You just, I may or may not have missed a turn or something. We do have quite a few guys in here. But everybody's just, except for the close ones, like Terry could not hear Joe, I could not hear Joe, but I'm hearing the band changes around. We'll hear them guys. But I am on a NFED 160 antenna, which favors north. It actually points north, which I use for 160 on in the morning when I was getting up, and when I do get up, I bought it from a guy down in Ocala. Can't think of the name of it. I'll think of it maybe by the next program or something like that. It's 127 feet long, complete with a 9-to-1 balun, I think, and it's run about 70 feet in the air, and it slopes down to about 10 foot off the ground towards the property there, right adjacent to the power lines, actually, and I get no noise on it, so that's a good thing. So, anyway, I'll keep it moving here. Let me think where it goes. Oh, hell. KB3 RHR, I think it is, KA3FZO.
Yeah, he had signed, Gary, so yeah, it came to me, but I'm going to pick up Bob, KN4HH, and then Bob, pick up Steve, K0 Sugar Fox. Steve, you can send it back my way. Good morning, Bob, KN4HH, K9GAS, the group.
Well, thanks, Jerry, very much. K9GAS and the group, KN4HH. Good morning, everyone. Good to hear some sound this morning. And I'm W4GUZ. Heard you testing last night on 3885. Sounded good, but it was getting close to shutting down time. So I'm sorry I didn't call you. But you had a great signal down here. Again, my name is Bob. I'm located just south of Atlanta, Georgia, in a place called Peachtree City. A little bird, yeah.
We're up to 12. We're above the 30.
So we're going to go for a high of 63, which we didn't make yesterday. Good to hear everybody this morning, Kevin. Glad you got back okay. Hope the trip went well getting back and trying to get to some groove things and caught up. It's good to hear you. Okay, Steve, let me see if I'll get you in here, Steve. I guess if you'll pass it back to Gary, that'd be great.
K0 Sugar Fox,
KN4HH, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bob. Good signal. KN4HH, K0 Sugar Falls. Very good. Most signals are pretty good here this morning. I've heard better, but everybody is Q5. I don't have the two inverted Bs right now. I'm just on the one. So I lost some gain to the east, but then I picked up coverage, of course, to the west and south, which is helpful. So I think I'm going to leave it like this for the time being. And I'm working on a beam project. I've been working on it forever, but I think I'm starting to finally hit some critical mass and progress, and hope to install that next year. Hopefully in the summer. This year was just way too tough with my dad moving into assisted and then passing. So I just ran out of time this year. All right. Well, I did a little bit in the ARRL sweepstakes, very little. Again, the weekend was just kind of cut up into bits. So I made just a brief showing, but some wells are still active in that, and some still pretty big scores. So there's still people that are participating, and that's great. That's good. On the Collins 20V3 this morning, 300 watts, and again just a single inverted V. Listening on HRO 60. So I guess, there's Bob, two Kevins, a Jerry. I thought Craig was in here. I don't know if I've heard him yet, and some others I may not know. But good morning. Back to you, Jerry. K9GAS, K0SF, over.
Okay, Steve. Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning, Bob, and good morning, Joe. Yes, Steve, if you want the rundown here, it's N4JK Art, then to Kevin, then to Joe, then to Kevin, WZ8J, then to Gary, KA3FZO, then to Bob, you, me. And there's a couple more else in that direction. So that was a little bit quick, but you got the gist of that. It's not set in stone, that's for sure. It's a good old round table here. And I'm going to have to make this my last one. I'm going to go pick up my son, take him to work, or get that part for him, and try to work on his truck a little bit. He's just kind of on top. The fuel supply line to the lift pump. It's a Cummins 12 valve. Like those old mechanical engines, those are great engines. Brandon, what are you doing putting up a VW for winter? That's where they live. They kind of bundle up like a Rusky, but that's all right. I had a VW bus 62 when Reed and I were first married. As long as that thing was compared to the Bug, it actually had pretty good heat. I was surprised. I insulated the ductwork up to the front. It was a panel type, so it had that panel behind the driver's seat. It wasn't open like a passenger van. It was a delivery van. But had a bench seat back there just for the slider door. People could sit back there, but you had to open the window. Little slider like a limo, so I called it my poor man's limo. But it lasts to drive. Had to crank out front windows and all that stuff. But the 1600cc engine. But the heat was surprisingly really nice. But you couldn't wear a t-shirt in the winter. You had to bundle up a bit. But those are fun vehicles. Now they're gaining popularity again, and man, prices of them is like, holy cow. There was a doctor friend of mine, and he bought a 62 restored and gave $27,000 for that thing. I said, that was new, right? But that's the way it is. Anyway, good morning all the way around, and we've got signals here. And Kevin, this isn't your signal's fine, but when you started cranking up, it started going out. You can pick up a cheap limiter, RMS, the symmetric 501's a good one. You get those really inexpensive off eBay, and let you do that, and it'll control it. just little tricks in the trade. But yeah, there was a guy on 90, I think he had a 610, and then he had it cranked. And his signal from 3890 was all the way down to 3868, all the way up to 3020. It was blasting out there. Some of these old rigs. Of course, back in the day, you know, it wasn't a big deal. And it's not really now, but it's a crowded more band. But there's just tricks of the trade to keep those things. But they sound wonderful, but yeah, they do start stretching out there. This thing would too if I just let it loose, but try to behave and keep the peace with neighbors. But no, it's doing great. It sounds good. Looks good. But you can just tell. That's just an FYI. It's not a comment. Don't take it anything more than that. Just little tricks you learn over the years. Anyway, let's see. Over to W4GUZ, Brandon, and send it your way. I'm going to say 7-3s only hit the showers and head over here shortly and pick him up and do my rounds. But good to catch everybody in here. I took this thing fully apart and making sure I could put her back together. That way, you know, I know what's going on. Since I built it, it's been 4 or 5 years. So I thought, man, I did a pretty good job. Pat myself on the back here. It was actually not bad, except when I put it back together. Something as simple as on the mainline input. For the filament voltages, it's a 3-gang switch. I wasn't paying attention, and I put one of the lines on off of the input power, and I thought, why is there no filament and fans on half this transmitter? What the heck? And I opened it back up and said, oh, man, how stupid. I guess I'll have to do the very amateurish way and put tape over the 2 terminals and not use, so I don't repeat that mistake. Even though it's easy enough to follow line to line, but that's what happens when you're trying to do things in a bit of a hurry, even though it wasn't. Anyway, Brandon, over to you. W4GUZ 730. This is Jerry up here in Greenwood, Indiana. We're at 41. Kevin, I think we're a bit colder than you, surprisingly, and 44 or 45 for a high, so that's about the same. Here she comes. This is K9GAS over to W4GUZ.
Okay, Jerry. Good talking to you this morning. Yeah, my thermometer's going the wrong way. We're down to 31 now. So it's a little warmer. And Jerry, that's my other nasty habit is air-cooled Volkswagen. My wife and I actually used to do a drag race. I had a 57 oval wing that I raced. She had a buggy. But I've slowed down as I've gotten older and sold those off, and got my pride and joy is a 52 split diesel. And I've got turbo buses, single cab, 61 single cab truck, a 66 13 window, and my current project is a 67 Westphalia. Last year, the split that I got, the first year for 12 volts. Actually had seatbelts, not in 67. So I know I try to be careful when I'm driving, especially in the bus, because we'll be the first one to the scene of the accident. Piece of glass and a piece of sheet metal in front of you and whatever you collide with, so I try to be extra careful. And that's getting to be a challenge, even in our small community towns. There's so many people that have a phone up to their hand and not paying attention when they're going, so I try to make eye contact with everyone that I pass when I'm driving these buses. Anyway, this project I've had for over 20 years, and just now getting around to, I basically had to replace the whole bottom 6 inches of the bus. Most of the body was done, all the metal work finished. Tinker around with the motor and all that this winter. I run last year, but I can't do body work. My shop is the basement of my house. Careful as I try to do. Still maybe way too much dust. The wife didn't too much care for that. So that's the story on this end, but others told me before that I may have been conceived at a Volkswagen, so I guess I did it honest. Anyway, let's see, art. I have not been to the Asheville Radio Museum. I am friends with one of the members there, Ronald Beaver, for the OQL. I have not made it over there to AB College yet to see that, but usually the only time I go into Asheville for doctor's appointments and whatnot, I try to stay away from that place. Anyway, we're in a little town called Bakersfield, the foot of Cone Mountain up here. It is truly a warm, red light town. There you go. I'm about to get out of here too. I'll be listening for a while, but I've got these chores to take care of before I get my day started. So, there's a group, local group that gets in here on the 3885 around 8 St. Croix. I'll be back to that. But, yeah, everyone's sounding great here. Talking about 160, I did got a flat top 170 stuck up. It's up about 25 feet. Tried to try that on the N4JK. Want to find out 160 this winter. With that, I'll say 73 is I'll make this my last one. Really enjoyed it this morning. I'll be here listening for a while. W3MMR, sorry about that there. W3MMR to take it. W4GUZ.
No problem, Brandon. W4GUZ. In the fine group, excuse me, W3MMR. Let me get a sip of coffee here. That's a little better. Lube up the vocal cords with a whole cup of mud. Anyway, good morning to you, Bob. KN4HH, big signal up here this morning. And who was else? Steve, K0SF, good morning once again to you out there in cold Minnesota. I should stop complaining about the cold, being that where you're at. I know it's a bit colder in Minnesota than it is here in southeastern Pennsylvania this morning, I'm sure. Still 30 degrees here, 30.6 on the thermometer. And I think it's going up into the low 50s here today. So, going to be a normal seasonable fall day here in Pennsylvania. So, fall has arrived. Turned the clocks back, which is kind of a bummer because I operate in the evenings and I don't get off of work till 6. So the band most likely is going to be long every night by the time I get home. So I'm going to miss the locals in the evenings. But that's why I'm really motivated to get this 160 meter antenna situation figured out here and rolling. So hopefully we can get that up and going here in the next few days. I'm looking forward to that, and it is promising. Yesterday with the test, doing the testing, and having a 10 over S9 signal to northern New Jersey in the early evening is promising. So, and that's with 10 watts of carrier here with the Anon. I did have a little issue with my DX100 yesterday. I've never had any issues with it since I restored it, and I turned it on yesterday and key it up, and pretty much no modulation whatsoever. Even when it cranked all the way up to 10, the audio gain up to 10, still had very, very low modulation. Scope pattern looked all funky, and so I pulled it out of the cabinet and wiggled the tubes around in the tube sockets, the 12AX7 and the 12BY7, nothing happened. So tried, I noticed I had the modulator current, idling modulator current, the mod transformer, so I knew the mod transformer was good. So replaced the 12BY7 with an extra tube, and boom, modulation came back. So it ended up being a bad tube in the, the audio driver stage. So That was a simple fix, but those rigs are a pain. I'll tell you, they're heavy. Pulling it out of the cabinet there, but everything's back up and working with the DX100. And Steve, real quick signal report for you. You're about 10 over S9 here in the southeastern Pennsylvania, and Bob, you're about 15 over on S9 here in the Pennsylvania, and everybody's signals are still hanging in there. And Kevin sounded great on the BC 16 this morning. And I think that's about it. That's all I got. So I'm going to say 7-3, guys. Got to get ready for work here around 7 o'clock. So I know we got a pretty big group in here, so I know it's not going to come around to me probably before then. So 7-3, guys. It's always great talking with you guys in the mornings. We'll catch you again tomorrow morning. Guys, stay warm, and everybody's sounding great here in southeastern Pennsylvania. So back down to you, Art. The T150 is sounding great as always here. So N4JK in the fine group 7-3, everyone, from W3MMR in southeastern Pennsylvania.
W3MMR and the group from N4JK. Very good, Gary. Well, sure glad you got that DX100 squared away. A bad tube. That is so rare. Things last forever. Unless you abuse it. And going off and see 12B last night. Glad you got that going there. Jerry, 73's to you. And Jerry, 73's to you. I was just contemplating $27,000 for yeah, a lot of people have a lot of good memories associated with it.